day, everyone. My name is Rojan Marquez, and I am reporting for Singapore Police Force. So, let me give you a brief introduction of the city-state. So, Singapore is located in Malaya Peninsula in Southeast Asia. The place name Singapore is derived from Singapura, or City of the Lion. The main cultural tradition are Malay, Indian, Chinese, and some extent Western British. Um, on August 9, 1965, Singapore separated from Malaysia and became an independent republic, which we will talk about later on. So, here, the government of Singapore, parliamentary republic. It is actually kind of democratic, and it is a legal system inherited from a British um, system who founded modern Singapore, Sir Thomas Stamford Raffles. It is a system in which the powers of the executive and legislative branch are intertwined as opposed to being held separate as a check against each other's powers. Here, the president is head of the state and is elected by people. He is the head of the executive branch, legislative branch, I mean. And the prime minister is actually the chairman or the cabinet head of the executive branch and is leading the judiciary branch. Actually, the president is elected by the people, then he chooses a prime minister. Then the prime minister is an advisor to the president who will then choose who to be elected as the cabinet members or the executive members, things like that. So the president is head of the state, but the prime minister is head of the government. So next. In our brief history of Singapore Police Force, it was actually established in a trading post by Major General William and his son, Sir Francis James Bernard, since Major General William saw to it that it was actually that the colonial Singapore had no order or any kind of organization whatsoever. So he made a very small unit, a 12-man team, including his son, the police assistant, a writer, jailer, jemedar or sergeant, and 8 PAEDA constables. So this is where the Singapore Police Force started. So Singapore's road to independent city-state. So Singapore attained self-governance in 1959 after being a colonial Singapore by the British force. In 1963, after attaining self-governance, they wanted to merge with the newly formed Malaysia. But factions against the merging stirred up racial and communal violence. So Singapore was subjected to violence of Indonesian saboteurs. They were subjected to bombings, riot. On May 1964, during the violence between the Indonesian saboteurs, the Singaporeans actually formed the Vigilante Corps. And this Vigilante Corps was actually composed of volunteers from all walks of life. This Vigilante Corps composed of almost 10,000 lives. So what does this Vigilante Corps do? This Vigilante Corps do was actually to help the police patrol the streets to avoid the Indonesian saboteurs from stirring up more violence. And on August 9, 1965, Singapore separated from Malaysia, a year after the Vigilante Corps was formed. Thus, birth of a new nation policing system. So after they had been an independent city-state, the Singapore Police Force was already formed. It was an efficient and well-equipped body of professionals. So body of professionals. So birth of a new nation policing system. The Singapore Police Force, an efficient and well-equipped body of professionals. So National Crime Prevention Council and Neighborhood Watch Scheme. They were both launched to involve the public in crime prevention. As like the Vigilante Corps, they gave um, the active role of the public actually made Singapore a country with a very low crime rate. So as innovation to that, Singapore actually launched activities involving the crime, even involving the public in crime prevention. And as manifestation of its transition to a proactive community-based approach towards practice of policing. Then it was further developed into Neighborhood Police Center in 1997. Uh, the policing system was designed to be a one-stop policing center for the community, as they were cherishing the community's participation in their crime prevention. So this is what I was talking about. The system or the policing model that they have developed ever since the Vigilante Corps was formed, uh, it made the crime rate drop. So here's the organization structure of our police force. Firstly, the staff department, administration, and finance. To quickly get on with it, I will simply show you the staff departments in the SPF. Next is the Internal Affairs Office. Next is the International Cooperation Department, Manpower Department. So Operations Department. Next, we have the Planning and Organizations Department. So next is the Police Logistics Department. And next we have is the Police National Service Department, Police Technology Department. It was actually renamed to Electronics Computer and Communications Department. So next is the Public Affairs Department. Next is the Police Licensing and Regulatory Department. Next is the Inspectorate and Compliance Office. Next is the Service Delivery Department.
Specialists and line units. The APD or the Airport Police Division is the state authority responsible for aviation security in Singapore. APD strives to make Changi and Seletar airports the safest airports in the world, and also to protect it from terrorism and ensure a safe and secure air travel for passengers. So the APD is the one who is responsible in protecting and securing the passengers, personnel, aircrafts, and airport terminals. Gurkha Contingent. GC was formed to provide a strong arm within the police force capable in stopping civil disturbance and carrying out specialist security. In Gurkha Contingent, it is a part of Singapore Police Force that tasked to maintain the peace and order on the streets. For example, to stop the riots, strikes, and other criminal activities. Home Team School of Criminal Investigation. The Home Team School of Criminal Investigation was established as a specialist unit under the Singapore Police Force to serve the investigation training needs of the police and the home team. So the home team School of Criminal Investigation, it is where all investigation officers learn and train for more effective investigations.
6th Land Division, Police Coast Guard. It is division that combines the function of Marine Police and Coast Guard in Singapore. Security Command. The Security Protection Command is a specialized counter-terrorist police force of the Singapore Police Force. PROCOM was established to strengthen the public safety capabilities of the Singapore Police and deploy police in safe and sensitive locations. Public Transport Security Command as a specialized transit police unit in Singapore. Year 2005, it was first established as the unit of Special Operation Command in response to the need of public transport security concern. It resulted to a global security issues in public transport operations in Singapore. Next, Special Operation Command are the special forces of the Singapore Army. It is comprised of well-trained elite soldiers, all of whom are regular soldiers from the Singapore Armed Forces Command and are an important part of the Special Operation Task Force. In accordance with the principles of special forces, the special forces of the Republic depend on their superior quality and advanced skills to prosper. They are made of highly adaptable individuals who can act independently. Your soft soldiers cannot be mass produced and must be managed with care. Tropic Police Departments. It is the national law enforcement agency of Singapore. It is the leading agency of the city-state in the fight against organized crime, trafficking in person, weapons, cybercrime, and economic crime that goes across national and international borders but may be responsible for investigating any crime within the scope of the Ministry of the Interior. Next one, and the last one. Training Command is a military training that requires all to enter military training.
6 land units. Ang Mokyo Police Divisions, HQ or F Division. The Ang Mo Kio Police Division or F Division was the first established in 1965 among the 6 police land division. It serves a residential population of about 1.4 million people. It covers the second largest land area in Singapore. Also, it supervises the development of new residential estates such as Sengkang and Punggol. Bedok Police Division, HQ or G Division. Bedok Police Division collaborates closely with the community on a variety of community safety and security programs in order to deliver more effective and efficient services to the public. It also works closely with other home team agencies and community partners. Central Police Division. The Central Police Division is the oldest police division in Singapore and it has the smallest operational area. Also, they are responsible for protecting Singapore's early trade and economy. They are the one who safeguards the commercial buildings. The subordinate courts, family and juvenile courts, and high courts are also examined, and it courts personnel are in charge of maintaining the proper and seamless running of the legal system, which has earned international praise. Clementi Police Division. Clementi Police Division has 4 neighborhood police center, namely Clementi, Queenstown, Bukit Merah West, Jurong East, and PC. Its major responsibility is to prevent and detect crime, as well as to ensure the safety and security of its own community. Jurong Police Division. Jurong Division serves a residential population of over 1 million residents, which covers a span of land from Boon Lay and Tuas in the west to areas like Bukit Batok, Chawachukang, and Bukit Panjang in the northwest of Singapore. It covers the largest land area in Singapore. Tanglin Police Division. The Tanglin Division is responsible for the safety and security of Singapore's Central Region residential estates, schools, hospital, hotel, embassies, and famous structures like as the Istana and the Interpol Global Complex for Innovation are also under the division policing jurisdiction.
Here are the qualification of Singapore Police Force. First is at least 18 years of age in the time of the requirement. Second is undergone complete full-time in any national service in Singapore. 3 is all applicants must be physically fit. And 4 is good eyesight and have a normal color vision. So if you are colorblind, there are possible chance that you are be disqualified because mentioned there that you must have at least normal color vision. 5 is at least pass in general certificate of education, ordinary level or NITEC from the Institute of Technical Education. 6 is pass a degree in any discipline from a recognized in any university in Singapore. 7 is you must have physical employment status PES A or B. This is for only male and the female Singaporean is exempted. 8 is you must permanent reside in Singapore.
Hi. From now on, we are going to discuss the screening of Singapore Police Force. First of all, we have the application. Application. We need the document that the certificate of clearance is required and for what purpose. Copy of valid passport. Passport size photograph 400 by 514 pixels, borderless on a white background. And then credit card or debit card or iBank for online payment. Original hard copy of fingerprint impressions. This is issued by the Criminal Investigation Department of the Singapore Police Force to certify that the subject concerned has no prior criminal conviction in Singapore. The applicant must show documentary proof from the relevant consulate, immigration authority, or government authority which clearly states that certificate of clearance is required. And we are going, and the next is written examination. In written examination, we have math skills, reading comprehension skills, language skills, writing skills, and observation, and memory skills. Next, we have the psychological examination. History of drug use. Any personal biases candidate may have. And integrity, impulse control, judgment, ability to successfully manage stress, dependability. This is the psychological testing, can answer a broad range of questions. For example, a prospective employer may have a psychologist test candidates as part of the employment recruitment process to determine what skills they have in a particular area. A psychologist may help test in an individual to judge whether they are competent to manage their own affairs responsibly. Next, we have the oral interview. Oral interview is also have the part of experience, problem solving, communication skills, interest, motivation, interpersonal skills, community involvement, awareness. And experience are the assesses your ability and experience in accepting responsibilities and performing assigned tasks. That's for experience. And problem solving is your reasoning skills in developing timely, logical responses to a wide variety of situations and problems. Communication skills. Your oral communication skills, which include speaking, listening, and nonverbal communication. Interpersonal skills. These are such as social knowledge, appropriateness, social insight, empathy, social influence, social self-regulation, sociability, and others. Community involvement awareness. This will focus specifically on your experiences and interest in community issues as well as your interest in an ability to fill multiple roles and serve a diverse community. Next, we have the final interview. In police, final interview is designed to give police forces a more thorough look into you, like your qualities, attributes, and whether or not you can deliver the aims and objectives of the services you are applying to join. Also, asking questions related to the job you are about to apply. Police final interview question in this file. You can interview materials for police final interviews, questions such as types of interview questions, situational interview, and behavioral interview. Just like the example of why did you choose the police career? What is your biggest weakness? Tell us about your qualification or academic qualification. That is all about types of interview in the final interview of police. Physical examination. We have the foot drills, weapon handling, straight extended baton handling, IPPT, police defense tactics, police standard obstacle courses, and swimming. Also, we have the final selection. In final selection, applications should be qualified and must be done properly. And last is selection, identifying the qualified candidates. That's all.